Just looking at this article. It's an old one in the Independent, and it was in 2020, talking about the six privileges Prince Harry and Meghan Markle no longer have after quitting royal family. And I just thought it was interesting, and I just in all things taken as equal, it seems to me that whatever they lost by leaving the royal family or leaving, this senior royal positions, they have more than make up for with their independence. It's one thing to have this, that, and the next in your life, I find, and it's quite another thing to have true independence, you know. And that's nothing to sneeze at. To be independent and to do what you want to do and to be free um is really priceless, to not have to answer to anybody. I mean, even a situation where you may give up certain privileges. Like, for example, they say here that Meghan and Harry will not be allowed to travel around the globe on behalf of the Queen. Well, I mean, the Queen is now dead. So, really, so what? I mean, with all due respect, maybe that's a little bit rude, but the Queen is dead. So, the fact that they can't travel around the globe on behalf of the Queen is moot, right? So, that's not a problem. They will no longer receive money from the sovereign grant. I mean, from jump. I can't believe I just said that. From jump. This is American slang. Okay. From jump, the king, the current sitting king, said that he didn't have money to pay Meghan, right? He was very concerned about that, and he wanted Meghan to continue doing her acting work or whatever. And this is one of the things Harry spoke about in his book, Spare, right? And so I'm not sure that Meghan ever received any money from the sovereign grant. I mean, so no longer receive money from the sovereign grant. Meghan was there for what? A year or less? And she didn't receive any money from the sovereign grant. So the fact that she will no longer receive money from the sovereign grant, I mean, that to me also is a moot point. Moreover, she has independence. She makes her own money. Mama may have, Papa may have. Blessed is the child who has his own, right? And I mean, and she has a lot of her own, so much that she's able to help others. I don't even remember how much she and Harry gave away this year, according to their 2022 end of year report for their foundation. But didn't they give away something like $13 million or something like that? Whatever it was a lot. Okay, so this is a moot point. Okay, and for that, in place of that, they have their financial independence. They make their own money. Now, you can agree with it, you can disagree with it, but they are financially independent. And I mean, I'm financially independent in that I just lost my battery. I have no idea where I was, but yeah, I think that Meghan and Harry are independent, and I think that not receiving money from the sovereign grant, I don't think is something that they care about. In fact, I think they are relieved that they don't have to be associated with that, and that they are making their own money, and that every day they're coming up with new ideas of how to expand their empire while doing good. This is something that I think they're very good at, is balancing, building their own personal empires with, or empire singulier, parce que it's a joint empire. So they are balancing building that with doing good. And I think it's commendable what they have done. And it cements their utter independence from
needing things like the sovereign grant. They have to repay for renovating Frogmore. I think that's moot. I think they did that and now they've been evicted. So we don't even, and they've been evicted and they live in a beautiful mansion in Montecito, California. They put Montecito, California on the map quite literally. And their house looks like a palace from where I sit. And they have enough money if they want to buy a second home, they can. I recommended one in the French Alps, but nobody ever listens to me until it's too late. But okay. Um, it's an option, right? They have many options all over the world. They will no longer have an official office at Buckingham Palace. I mean, the last I heard, they were offered an apartment in Buckingham Palace. So I don't know who wrote this article, but I think they need to update it. And 5, their security will no longer be funded by the Canadian government. Again, this is a moot point. They have enough money to pay for their own security. Even when they are in England, Harry has offered to pay for his own security. So I don't think that, this is an issue for the Sussexes. I think that they're very independent and they've freed themselves even from Canada and from the Canadian government's help. I mean, they live in California and they love California and they have their own security team and enough money to pay their security team. And 6, they will no longer be protected from paparazzi photographs appearing online. Well, I don't really know how this works and what this even means. Part of the royal rota system. I don't understand this system, but I see tons and tons of photos of the royal family online anyway. And it's like this. I mean, so what? I mean, just, as long as they live a good life and do the right things, take all the pictures you want. I mean, I don't think they care. I think what they have traded their royal the confines of the royal existence for is priceless, and that is independence. They are independent people. They're an independent couple. They can do as they want. They can keep their Duke and Duchess titles, or they can respectfully say, look, you know what? If it means that much to you, take, and I've said this before many times, I mean, take the titles and give them to somebody else. Maybe Camilla's daughter can be the Duchess of Sussex, and her son can be the Duke of Sussex, right? Maybe that's what she wants. And if you think that's going to make them happy, go for it, right? You can just do a name change in California to Meghan Mountbatten Windsor and Harry Mountbatten Windsor and Elizabeth Mountbatten Windsor, and